All right. Hello. Hello. Are you there? Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. How late am I? I'm 15 minutes late. I'm 15 minutes late. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Now, the chat is not working. That's brilliant. The chat is not working. Hello, everybody. Joodles, MC Scott, Joe, Darklands. Thank you, everybody, for coming in here. This thing's a mess. It's a mess. It's this thing. Maybe I'll go buy another machine at some point in the future. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody is here. This doesn't belong there. Caribbean is here, and Andrew Rubin is here, and Joodles is here, and MC Scott. I'm going to put my glasses on. Since I've started to do this, my eyes have gotten worse. And I hate these glasses. I hate wearing glasses. Warmelian is here. So it's good. We can see. Can you see? Whoops. Can you see and hear me? Can you see and hear me? Can you see? Welcome to the show. I've been getting yelled at because of my comments about Ireland. And so if you want to add something about my Irish comments, do you remember what they were? FM Ghost, welcome back. Vatanai, good to see you. Joe Sanders, good to see you. Alex is here, and we're already busy. That's the most important thing. That people are watching this thing. I don't know why you would want to watch it, but you are watching it. I don't even know why I'm doing it, but I am doing it. But we had a little discussion regarding Ireland and how bad the British were, that they starved the people, it took the food out of the people's mouths to let them die. Okay, well, whatever it is. Whatever it is. I mean, I will. Let me see what we can do over here. I'll agree with you. Let me get a light on here. Let me get the light. How about that? That's all right. That's a bit more light. So we're not enough yelling. You want more yelling? I could yell. I don't care about Ireland. That's the problem. You say, oh, you're taking the British side. I do not care. Honestly, I'm a Jew. I don't care. And the Irish used to be nice to the Jews. And now they've turned into shit, from what I can tell. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been there. I haven't been there. It was an old Irish joke when they were, the guy, Yogi Berra, the famous American baseball player, he was told that the mayor of Dublin was Jewish. Yogi Berra, he's an Italian guy. And he said, only in America can that happen. And that's my Irish joke. Anyway, Warmelian says, that was the Irish half of my family's feelings on the matter, Caribbean. Who gives a feck? No, I don't really, I'm sorry if I don't care. I know Irish people really care. I know you Irish people in the North really care. And it does involve, 700,000 to 1 million, according to the numbers. I did a little bit of reading, and I was given a lot of reading by Joodles about how bad the English are, how they basically took the food out of the starving people's mouths to give to England. Maybe it's true. Warmel, the historical grievances are exaggerated. Okay, I will brush up on it all. But I just said was being a sado and watching, but as I just said was being a sado and watching soaps. Must do better. I don't know what that's all about. Can we write that better than that? Maybe I should read it again. Why was that, Lewis? What was the question? Why was that? I don't remember what the question was. I made a statement regarding the Irish famine. And maybe it's something that's maybe like the Holocaust or something, or maybe the Armenian genocide. Maybe it's about any genocide. I never said the English, Lewis. It was the government, as you well know. Well, I well know. I believe in personal responsibility. It was the English. It was the English. Was it other Irish people that did this to the poor Irish people? The fact is, the most important considerations of the Irish famine is that the population was like close to 8 million people, and it was too many people living in Ireland. Number one, it was too many people during a time of change, and they were all living on these tiny little farms, and they believed, and you can look this up because I did look it up. They believed that when the guy who owned the farm died, that he would divide the farm, his little tiny little farmstead, whatever it was. I don't even know what it has. It has an Irish name for it, like croft, which is what they would call it in Scotland. They would divide it. They would divide it as many kids have. Each person got a little plot of the land, and eventually it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's not big enough to, it might be during the best times big enough to raise a family on, but it may not be. It may not be, possibly. Can you hear me? Can you see me? The Irish situation is still sensitive, Lewis. You shouldn't have brought it up in the first place. I know. Who cares? I mean, yes, I'm discussing it. I mean, I do care. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not saying it wasn't a tragedy. I don't think those people deserve to die. I don't think the Irish were feckless and lazy and all that stuff. But I don't think that the English people are as bad as they're made out to be. And those were different times. It's like they were expecting the cavalry to come in and bringing food to the starving people. But they didn't do that back in the day. Okay, well, Carrie B, your friend from New York is calling. Okay, that's nice to have a friend. It's nice to have a friend who calls. Okay, but the Irish situation is sensitive. It's very, very sensitive. So I'm not going to discuss it. I don't know. I didn't think I was saying anything super sensitive. I was just saying how something as stupid or as simple as inheritance of an estate can cause starvation in the future. That's what I meant. So how come the volume of food exports increased by 30% in 1847 compared to 1846? Because they weren't exporting potatoes. They were exporting wheat. It could have been a good year for wheat. Who knows what it was? And maybe the rich people who owned the big lands, they were better farmers back then. Am I right? Shanks is it, so who knows? It wasn't just because that number went up. The fact is that the poor people, did they have their food taken out of their mouths? If they did, if they had it taken out of their mouths, then it wasn't the potato famine. It was a deliberate genocide. And I show me that it is that. Fascists dress in black and go around telling people what to do, whereas priests, more drink. It's interesting. Well, I mean, that's the Catholics there. Shanks in the house. How you doing, dude? Where is Shanks? I don't see Shanks. Is Shanks in the house? Hold on. Let me just fix this thing here. I mean, I'm not happy with this machine. I'm not happy with anything. I'm never happy. I'm happy with Joodles. I'm happy that she pays attention to me. I like the attention. Somebody said that I was doing this. I was reading somebody commented. They said I was doing this because I was like a shock jock. I'm trying to remember what they said on Twitter. I'm doing this just to get people to get mad at me. I mean, maybe I do subconsciously. Maybe I do. Maybe I do, but maybe I don't. I don't think I do. Live chat. This is a live chat. What did I say that I was doing? I was looking for Shanks. Well, thank you, Shanks. Thank you, Shanks. Let me go up to this thing here. I had to turn the computer off, then turn it back on, then turn it off. I had to turn it off and turn it back on and turn it off. Tomorrow, I was going to tell you what I was doing tomorrow. You don't need to know. Friday, I think I'm going to see Adam Ant at the Hammersmith Apollo or something. Could be. It's my friend Joel. Maybe he could come on the show. You know, maybe he could come on the show. We could leave early, possibly. That would be nice. You'd like Joel. You'd like Joel. He's very English. He's not very. I guess I don't know whether you consider him very English. You know, what does it mean to be English anymore? Do we know anything about that? Do we know what it means to be English? I don't even know what it means to be English. I mean, slowly the country is changing. It's just like boom, right in front of our eyes. How did it happen this fast? You know, there's an old saying. There's an old saying that my friend said, my friend Doug. I've got two friends. He said things happen really slowly and then all at once. Is there a lag? Is there a lag on the thing? Can you, Lewis, are you more Prince Charming or Goody Two Shoes? What about, isn't there an alternative to that? Couldn't I be like the devil in disguise? It's an excellent show, says Darklands. Did you see it in this tour? The video is lagging again, Lewis. Close whatever tabs you're on. I'm going to have to close it. Okay. I'm going to close whatever tab I'm on. Okay, how about that? Let's see, is that Lewis Songs by Adam Ant? Oh, that was a song. Thank you, Joe. That was a song. I forgot that was a song. Goody, 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 goody two shoes. Something happened when you're thinking. He was in a band. What was the name of the band he was in beforehand? What was the name of the band? That's his songs. Okay, is it better now? I don't know why. I had a hard time getting it started. I've got a lot of stuff down below that I'm not happy with. Maybe I should just, maybe I'll just delete this thing, this McAfee software thing. What is that? You know what I mean by McAfee. Anyway, Talupa is here. Hello, beautiful Talupa. Joodles, beautiful, beautiful Joodles. She gets very angry at me because she thinks I'm saying what I'm saying because I hate the Irish. I don't care. I just don't like people being blamed. And right now we need to be strong. Maybe sort it out afterwards. Jesus. No, leave McAfee. Should I leave McAfee? I can't even open it. It's not being opened. You weren't angry, but you do type in an angry way. Remember, you're Northern Irish. Northern Irish are always angry. Are always angry. Aren't you always angry? I think you're always angry. How do I get this out of here? Let me see if I can get McAfee. Let me see if it's here. Maybe I shouldn't even mess with it. It's antivirus software, not something that's really used very much anymore. Yeah, do I need it? I don't think I need it. I mean, maybe I should just leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know how to take it off. I'll see if if the producer knows how to do it. Font touch McAfee. Font touch McAfee. What does that mean, Tulipa? I'm very rarely angry. But you have to admit, and I think we can discuss this here, that Northern Irish people are quite scary. I'm telling you that. I don't come from this country. I didn't come here with preconceived ideas, but you're very scary. Even someone like you, Joodles, who strikes me as a lovely, lovely person, or tries to be a lovely person. But you and Kerry and Lucy, who else is from Northern Ireland? Is it quiet now? Is it good? Is it good, Shanks? Can you hear me? I'm moving the microphone up close. I do not have it on so that I could see it's 15 degrees tonight. Scary is a you problem. No, it's a you problem. If everybody finds you scary, maybe you're scary. And if you don't want to be scary, you got to figure out how to do it. I mean, why is it a me problem, Joodles? If people find me funny, is it a me problem? It's a me problem. It's not a you problem. If you find me scary and I don't want to be scary and I'm not scary, I got to say to myself, well, what am I doing that's making me scared? Am I right about this? Is this just me? We want to be, I mean, maybe you don't, maybe you want to be scary. Maybe that's the thing, because you're in a war zone. You grew up in a war zone between the Irish and the Catholics, that you couldn't walk around being all sissy and nice. So you had to be tough. I had a Northern Irish French teacher. It really didn't help. What didn't it help? Was she scary, Kermit? Andrew Rubin doesn't find them scary. I do. I find them scary. I got into a fight with a Northern Irish comedian, and he was like so scary, and everybody found him scary. Just really, it was just like, I thought it was an act. But it wasn't an act. He said he wouldn't. He said, he used that line. He said, I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, or whatever. You are not scary, Lewis. Means you don't have backbone. Oh, I see. See, that's what they think in Northern Ireland, is that they have a backbone, which is they're scary. They're going to fight for their beliefs. Yeah. So Judel says, laugh out loud. So did I, Kermit. I adored him. And of course, he was gay. Yeah, he was gay. I'm 17% gay. That's why a lot of the women love me. They're just like, he's a gay man. He's a gay man. Do I seem gay to you? Do I seem 17% gay? I'm saying I'm 17% gay because every time we discuss homosexuality, Kermit has to say, you're 17% gay. What is going on? Can't you read? Vatanai says to who? Who are you speaking to? It was a 7-foot dude who used to snarl, "Assez-vous, s'il-vous plaît," in a Northern Irish accent. Yeah, they're famous for that accent. It's famous for that accent, I guess, because they came from Scotland. It's like a kind of a Scottish accent. 17%, Talipa. 17%. Though maybe if the guy's really good looking, it could go as high as 71%. I'm 17%. 17%. But it's that, a tall dude. Assez-vous, s'il vous plaît, assez-vous. What does that mean? Answer? What does that mean? I forgot what that means. What does England mean to you? I mean, England means a lot of different things to me, but I mean, what does it mean when someone's like really English? Is that what you're asking? Keith Bexley, is that what you're asking? As a Welsh person, I always thought the Irish were scary growing up, but the Irish I've met are great people. Yeah, most people are great people. Most people are great people. That doesn't mean that some of them aren't dangerous or going to kill you, or have some hostile thoughts or something. Not just Irish, everybody, even me. I look at you with evil eyes. Can you see my evil eyes? I look that way with evil eyes, Darklands. Can we discuss the virtue of wearing long, high socks in winter over normal height socks, please? No, we can't, because we know. I don't have an even high top socks. If you're wearing shorts, probably there's a benefit to that. But I remember I used to have those ankles, which you put on socks, and it made like a lump. It made a lump. Do you know why I made a lump? Because I had diabetes, and that's a sign of diabetes. If you're wearing socks and it leaves a mark on your leg, you've got diabetes. You read the message about Judels incorrectly. I said she doesn't back down. Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah, she doesn't back down. I understood that. Did I say it wrong, Vatanai? He can struggle badly with words, Vatanai, also known as evidence. Yeah, evidence. Yeah. He's a gay man. Noi. Judels. Noi. What does noi mean? Is that like now? That's what they say now. I am around Judels. I am not a gay man. That's exactly what I thought of Kermie. That's exactly what I thought of Kermie. That Kermie's a gay man. Oh, you mean you left the comma out of that, Judels? That's exactly what I thought of comma. I'm a gay man. All right. I don't care if you think that I'm a gay man. Women like gay men. They really like gay men. And that's where I fool them. Get you all relaxed. Thinking, oh, he's not going to mess with me. Next thing you know, my pants are around my ankles. Yep, now, noi is now, as we used to laugh every time my teacher said it. I've said it. I've said it to the Northern Irish people. It's not noi, it's now. It's like cow. It's not coy. Cow. How do you say cow? Now, cow. There's a sucker born every minute. Some of us are here, Vatanai. That's true. I think maybe I'm. Catherine Tate Joodles says, I really like Catherine Tate. Rose loved Catherine Tate. Did a skit about being a Northern Irish mummy who paraded her son about saying, our John's a gay man, noi. Now, noi. Our John's a gay. Why is that funny? I don't get why that would be funny. I have taken to wearing colorful sports socks. That's what Kermit says. That match the color of my T-shirt around the house. Oddly, comma, though. Yes. Yeah, I mean, sometimes some clothes are too good to go out in. Some clothes are too good to go out. And I can't walk around naked because I got all these people living with me. That's a good tactic, period, says FM Ghost. Pretend you are gay and then they'll hang out with you and get close. Yeah, well, I had a friend who dressed up as a woman and said everybody that he was a woman. He did that for like 7 months and then got really bored of it. Really bored of it. For me, it's Athelstan uniting the people, the land of all Anglos, in the face of Viking invasions. We are similar times, and I've always had nothing but love for the Welsh and the Irish, says Keith Bexley. Yeah, we got to get together right now. We have more similarities than differences. But, people are going to say, I can't fight with the English, or I can't fight with the Welsh, or whatever it is. They're going to say that, and I don't agree with that. So MC Scott says, when you use the word quite, Joodles, it makes me want to use the word too. Quite, too. Quite. It's always worked for me, says Kermit, though I never pretended anything. What they think is up to them. So you pretend to be gay. All right, you can be gay. You can be gay if you want to be gay. I will as soon as I can, says MC Scott. So Joodles comes in and says this, send me over a list of what I shouldn't say, Scotty, and I'll try my best to avoid them. You never said that to me, Joodles. I told you this nigh thing is like so, I think to English people, maybe, and just to me, is so annoying. So that's not the word. The word is not nigh. I mean, that's the way you pronounce it, but it's in English, it's not that word. And if you have too many words like that, which are different than English words, you have a totally different language. So let's all speak the same language. Whatever language English is, which really isn't even English. Half the words are French, half the words are German, half the words are Latin. Who knows what these words are? I know you're not English, Joodles. Of course you're not English. But we live in England. Like I have had to change my language. I say nappy instead of diaper. You change it. If I say I'm going to play football, people always ask me. They say, is it American football or is it British football? I say, no, I'm in this country. I'm in Britain. It's American football. Aluminium isn't the bloody word either. Aluminum. I think, no, that's, what word is that? No, it is a word in a different country. Aluminum. Yes, you put an extra I-U-M. Aluminum. I mean, it's actually better that they took the I out. It's unnecessary that it gets spelled that way. You know that aluminum is not a very old thing. I think about 200 years ago, there was like next to none of it in the world. I've got to brush up on my French. Why do I have to brush up on my French? We all need Joe. Why do I have to brush up on my French? Keith Bexley says we all need each other more than anything and ever now. I hope we can work together. We need one thing to unite us. We have one thing. We're being invaded by Muslims. That's could be the one thing that we need. That we're being invaded by the leftist horde who are bringing in the Muslims. Those two groups, Keir Starmer, the leftists, and the Muslims. It's better that they took the I out. Now it's better. It's better. It's better that we say noi, noi, noi. Comes around all the time, Joe, because he's an uncultured troglodyte. Are you talking about me? I'm a troglodyte. I don't even like that. What is that? Is that a dinosaur as a troglodyte? Troglodyte Lewis. Because earlier in the chat you asked what a phrase meant, and we told you. Well, would you rather me pretend that I knew what I was talking about? Would you rather I pretend I didn't care? I think that's what makes me a great guy. Who thinks I'll take a poll. Who thinks I'm a great guy? Shouldn't we all do that? Shouldn't we all say, I don't understand what you mean? Why not go in that direction? That's what we should do. That's what we should do. We should say, I don't know what you mean. I don't know. What do you mean? Because I don't know. I've only lived here it's quite the compliment, Lewis. Okay. I didn't see it as a compliment, but it's quite the compliment. To call someone a troglodyte? No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Check the whole famine bit where you pretended to know what you were talking about. I did, and I backed it up. I back it up right now. I believe in what I said right now. You did not convince me. I'm sorry, Joodles. I'm going to have to read some more about this. I'm not rejecting you completely, but I think I'm right about this thing. Is the reason why they had a famine was because they divided the property, the lower classes especially, had less and less land and had to rely on a monoculture of potatoes. And then when they said, we're waiting for the English or the British or the leaders of Ireland to give us stuff and to stop exporting stuff. You know what? We need to fight for ourselves. That's what I'm saying. Hold on a second. Okay, there's my there's son number one. Son number two is coming in. A member of a fabulous or prehistoric race of people who lived in caves, dens, or holes. Yeah, saying I'm like a barbarian. I don't think. Maybe I am. Maybe I am a barbarian. Maybe I am. I mean, do we have to repeat all the stupid lies? Whatever it is. Anyway, it's not helping us live to today. Maybe it isn't. Stop talking out of your... I should have anticipated that. This is what's happening to this chat. The people have turned on me. You've turned on me. You used to love me or tell me that you love me, but you don't really. You don't really. A person considered to be a reclusive, reactionary, out of date, or Brutus is a troglodyte. Is C2 wearing clothes? I think he is, because he came from outside, so he probably is. Stop it, Joodles. You find someone your own age. I'm saying the ancient Celtic peoples, Keith Bexley is saying this, need to reunite around the low-carb, high-milk lifestyle, and we need a leader. Maybe that's me. Low-carb lifestyle. Lewis. This is Joe Sanders. I was just going with the let's educate ourselves vibe. Yeah, let's educate. Well, you heard my feeling. My feeling is the problem with not the problem, but Irish Catholics are not like the English. The English people, if they had a lot of kids or even two kids, they never split up the estate. They never split up the farmland and the mountains, whatever, is they gave it to one guy to run, like King Charles, and the other guy they screwed over. That's English people. The Irish Catholics, they would divide it amongst all of their kids. So it meant that each of their children got smaller and smaller spaces. I made my point very well. So Darklands is here. I love you, Darklands. When I lived in England, my mates used to call me a troglodyte all the time. I didn't take offense. It was just a joke. Well, that's what they tell us about these jokes. That's what they tell us about these jokes. My own age, are you sure? Yes. Well, maybe not. You're very youthful and you're very young looking. And it might be good for him for the time being. But, you know, he's only 22 years old. He's rock hard. He's rock hard. Caribbean is back. Lewis, you are not a leader. I am. Okay, well, welcome to our new leader, Caribbean. What do you want me to do, Caribbean? Are you a Charlton fan, Caribbean? Good question. I like Charlton. I like the people. They seem very nice. Jules won't touch anyone, even a day younger than herself. Is that true? Let Jules speak for herself. Do you find me attractive, Jules? Maybe I shouldn't have asked. You might be good for the time being, Jules. Yes, I mean, yeah. I think nowadays a lot of the older women, maybe they didn't ever want to go out with a young guy, but now, you know, what can you do? There aren't enough. Can you hear me? Yes, quite right. Jay Plockford is here. Insults are a form of affection in England. Yes, they are. They are. You know, and then there's also self-deprecating humor. It's what the English people do. No, that's what English people do. They make fun of somebody to their face. I used to own several properties in Charlton Church Lane. I don't know where that is. Did you see the movie that was up there in Mount Marion Park? Can you not use that expression, please? Rock hard. It has too many connotations. Jules is breaking out in a lather. Yes. Anyway, Judel says, Kermit, as in Kermit. She likes using these terms. Let's speak in people's real name. Okay, whatever. Once went out with a bloke a week younger and vowed never again. Never again. Women like older guys. They like stronger guys and taller guys. They like more. They don't want to go out with a guy who's less than them. They want a guy who's more than them. SE and AB. What does that mean? Caribbean. No, not the life of William Wallace. I don't know. I don't understand what the thread is talking about right now. I don't know what the thread is talking about. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Vatnai is here. I was watching Osmongold today. Yeah, he was watching videos about couples getting debt counseling. It was quite funny. Most of them were fat and spent more than they had earned, and had a lot of useless stuff. Well, that's pretty much everybody, really. That's everybody. The amount of money we spend is like shocking. I mean, I'm the same way. I missed Lud's bath on Saturday and haven't gotten over it, Joodles. Were you going to go over to Lud's house and take a bath with Lud, or at least watch him take a bath? Or what about bathe him? Maybe he could be in the bathtub and you could wet him down. A lovely road, Caribbean. I can be certain I've walked it. I bet people have been for 13,000 years, though, walking it. Yeah. Well, that's the main road out of the country. Doesn't it go right past there? Isn't it one of those Roman roads? Monty Python. I don't know what that means, Joe Sanders. Caribbean says you never met a bloke more than me. Yeah, probably. That's possibly true. I could see you being quite a thing. Quite a thing. William Wallace is here. Oh, Wonderwick. Hello, William Wallace. Is this your first time here, William Wallace? Or have you changed your name, or is that not really your name? Oops. I met 1,300 years. 13,000. Could be even 13,000. Probably more than 1,300 since the Romans came. When did the Romans come? 2,000 years ago. William Wallace. I'm Brian. Hello, Brian. That's my real name, is Brian. Brian Simpson is my real name. Oops, I meant 1,300, says Keith Bexley. He's really called Rillian Wallace. Rillian Wallace. What is he, Chinese? Caribbean says, really is the most bloke in the chat. Caribbean really is the most bloke in the chat. No arguments here. Is she? Okay, let her be the most bloke. Lewis, I was referring to William Wallace's posts. Okay, good. Monty Python, good. Anyway, Judas is laughing at Kermit. That's brilliant. Yes, release Baran. Yeah, I guess you're making fun of the accent, Kermit. That's not my real name, Brian Wilson, but it could be. It could be my real name. Okay. I think we're doing quite well in the chat. I think we're over. How many people are watching this? It looks like we've got 30. We had 25, and now we had 29, and now we're back down to 25. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where suddenly people disappear. My wife and I had 2 encounters with large debt. We were so stupid. 30 pounds 30 years ago. I had 6 credit cards and various loans. It was mad. I can't explain now why we did it. Because they gave it to us. 27th, Joodles. Thank you, Joodles. Because they gave you the loans. You know, this is what they did. They give you loans. And they do. Nobody cares, but they're actually watching because the interest rate is so high if you don't pay. I've been watching Asmongold since Lewis mentioned him, Keith Bexley. Yeah, do you like him? I find myself watching him watch a video of Carl Benjamin watching other videos. Yeah, he's very good. He's really, really good. I watch a lot of his stuff. He strikes me as being very human. I like him. So thank you, Keith Bexley. Joe Sanders says, Lewis, again, Monty Python, The Life of Brian. I guess you've never watched it. Oh, okay. I'm not as smart as I used to be. Also, it's late at night right now. We've already done this show. I should have taken a nap in between, but instead I went out and walked. Let me tell you how much I walked for. But it was a lot of walking. It was a lot. 8,000 steps. That's not a lot of walking. But I walked all the way down to the chicken shop. I got 1 piece of chicken, and then I walked across the street and bought some pork spare ribs, and then I walked up the road and bought an ice cream, and then bought 3 plums, and then came home. So that's what I've eaten. Maybe I should write down. I should tell you what I've eaten. Now, you was keeping track of what you have. In Life of Brian Lewis, there was a chap with a speech impediment who couldn't pronounce the R's. Okay, well, there you go. Thanks for explaining this. Did all you guys know these jokes? Art Miller, my friend AC Miller is here. Hello, Art. Thank you for coming in. How are you doing there in Pennsylvania? We're talking about British things. You might understand it, but these people, it's all like very in jokes. The way I get in any way some control is by saying, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Caribbean is somebody who's relatively new to the chat. She's a pretty woman who knows her early comedy. I have too much money to give an F about wealthy people. I give it to people in heed. In heed, or is that like need? Well, you could give it to Lewis Schaffer. You look like a girl with a lot of money. I like a girl with a lot of money. Delicious. Anyway, so 8,000 steps is pretty good, I think. Well, I mean, how many? I don't know how many steps is it? I don't know how many steps. I'm not going to be able to check how many steps. But I had a Solero when I was out and about. I mean, I just can't control myself. I had 1 Solero, exotic, 1. And then I had plums, Let's say I had 100 grams of plums. And let's say I had a piece of chicken thigh, fried. I had one chicken thigh, one. Let me make it 1.5. I'll make it a big chicken fry. It was quite big. It's over at Morley's, over in Peckham. Do you like Morley's? Lewis, a good job. We try to explain the old in jokes. Yes, it is good. It's nice of you to do that for me. It's really nice. Kermit says, stream of coffee. Buy the stream of coffee. Get the stream of coffee. It's not much. Ko-fi.com. Lewis Schaffer. Yes, please. Yes, please. Solario and a plum. And then I also had some dry spare ribs. I don't know if there's this here. Let me just put spare ribs here. I'll say 200 grams of spare ribs. I think maybe this could be a bit too much. You're like the Cookie Monster, but for ice creams, Lewis. You're outrageous. Considering how I should not be eating it, you're right. I should not be eating this. And even as I'm walking in, I'm thinking to myself, I should not eat it. And then I order it and I eat it. I've had 1,979 calories today. I think that's probably not. And then I had something else. I had a glass of milk. I had milk. Let me put this in here. Milk. 4% milk. Let's say I had 200. Who knows how much I had? I think I'm going to be all right tomorrow. I'm not going to be great. But I'm going to be all right. William Wallace says, sounds like they were short on the spare. Did you know, that's a good point. I don't really understand it, but did you know that spare ribs were considered a waste product of the pig? It was like nobody wanted it because they wanted the big fat meat. And this is the part that was laid over. It's one of these foods. It's like veal, which was considered to be a cheapo food, according to my uncle. Yes, Jules, video games, this is Keith Bexley, often give you a total of how long you played. I just done a rough calculation. I have spent 11 days of my life watching Lewis Schaffer. Oh, I'm so sorry. Something good's going to come of it. I could see one of these girls throwing you a bone, or maybe even Lewis Schaffer will throw you a bone. We're currently watching a man populate an app, for example. What man am I populating an app? Is that what I'm doing? Morley's is good. Alex agrees. It is pretty good. It's not as good. I mean, you have to be honest. KFC is good, but it's really expensive. You want to check they're all small pieces now. They're all small pieces. Fried chicken shops, Alex says. Dig. I'd carbon capture. Now spare ribs. Now bones. What does that mean? Dig. I'd carbon capture now. Spare ribs. Now bones. William Wallace. I don't know what you mean. Jay Plockford is here. Hello, Jay. Lobsters were fed prisoners until they complained. What is that about? But that sounds funny. It sounds like a funny concept. I had pasta bake for tea. I love pasta bake. You know what I used to love? I used to love taking a can of tuna fish, add mayonnaise, and mix it in with ziti noodles or curlicue noodles. I was quite irresponsible financially as a young frog. I just vanished under the lily pads for 6 years until they vanished into the murky water. Is that a song too? Lewis, if your first stream was near the beginning of June, which I think it was, that is 5 months ago. Well, we've done 146 streams, missing only one. So let's say that's 147 days. How many months is 147 days? It's 5 months. So it's October, September, August, July, June. It's 5 months. Plus, let's say we've done two shows. Excuse me, we've done 2 shows for 25 days. So about 6 months worth of shows. Judel says, I turned up on day 2 and I've watched some twice. Yeah. Well, has it made you a better person, Judels? What can I do to make it better? Maybe we should all focus on this. No, that was a true story. Okay, that's what Kermit says. He was irresponsible financially. And I just vanished under the lily pads for 6 years. What does that mean? You just hid? Is that what that means? You became like a hermit? Kermit? Is that Hermit the Kermit? Hermit the Kermit. I'm Henry the Eighth, I am. On another video, Vatanai says, Osmongold, who I am a huge fan of, as you know. You know that I'm a huge fan of Osmongold. Was watching a supersized influencer, a fat one, yes, who wanted to move in a hospital. They got her arrested for trespass. She wanted to move in. The cops couldn't get her in the car. She is 500 pounds. Yeah, it's tragic. She's probably dead now. They all die. Well, this is what Lewis Schaffer is saying to all of us. Let's lose the weight. Let's lose the weight, everybody. I'm a newbie. I've only been watching for about 2 months, Darklands. Yeah, there you go, a newbie. I love the newbies. I love the nightlife. I like the boogie. I like the disco. Do you remember that song? AIDS. I remember it was so hot when I started watching. It was so hot. Yes, it was really hot. And now it's getting cold and dark. Remember how bright it was? It was bright. I used to be able to go outside and pick up rubbish at night. And now I walk around at night. I do pick up rubbish at night, but I can barely see it. I remember, right, it was really hot. And I was hot. I thought I had a future. I mean, I do have a future. I've got 3.27 million followers. Million people who have subscribed to this. 2.75 million subscribers. But only I don't know how many, 30 people here. But they'll watch. They'll watch tomorrow. I'll get about 1 million tomorrow. By the end of the week, I'll always get more. I'll get 4 or 5 million people watching it. Is that an Alicia Bridges song? I love the nightlife. I love the boogie. I want another rendition of that, Joe, with more emphasis on the high note at the end. I want the nightlife. I like the boogie. Since you increased the streams to twice a day, have you increased subscribers? No, I mean, you know, when I said I have 3.75 million, I was joking about that. I mean, I think I should tell you I was joking about that. How many subscribers do we have now? I think we have 1,150 subscribers. I don't do enough checking of this stuff. I should do more checking. Tommy Robinson won. Did you see that? The Tommy Robinson won. Tommy Robinson won. I mean, you don't need to hear that. But that's really brilliant. He's not a journalist. I like him. He's not a journalist. But you know what? It's like, look at GB News. Because of somebody being on GB News, they're not allowing Rupert Lowe on GB News. They're not allowing the other guy, who's the half Indian guy that I like. I went and saw. And they're not allowing a lot of people, whatever the reason is, whatever. That's about 1,141 more than me at last checking, says MC Scott. So well done. Yeah, you know what? You think it's going to be easy to get to get subscribers, but it isn't. Mark Chapman just subscribed, so that's 3 in 3 days. Let me see how many I have. Here. It says 1,115 subscribers. And we got 28 people watching right here. I mean, it's interesting. Did I hear? Did you hear? Did I hear that Dick Cheney died? I did hear that. I mean, he represents what was bad about the Republican Party, but he's dead. He's dead. I mean, the Republican Party, the old school rhinos, are dead, and a new Republican Party led by Donald Trump is alive. So more power to him. Ben Habib. That's right, Darklands. Thank you very much for that information, Ben Habib. Leanne is here. Beautiful, beautiful Leanne. And she says, evening all. And then Paul Manning. Why are they coming in together? What's going on between Leanne and Paul Manning? Are they in the same room? Ben Habib seems like a good chap. He really does. He's very Englishy. I know he's like half whatever he is, but he's very Englishy. I like him. I like Ben Habib. I heard him speak. Me and Cressida went to a thing. I love Cressida. But you know what? I'm not going back to GB News. It's all over. You know, I hope it's only the 12-inch thing that you have made of vinyl. Who are you talking to? What 12-inch thing? What have I missed here? I heard it. Was I sad about Dick Cheney? No. Everybody's got to die anyway. But he was an old school, let's invade countries, which I hope Donald Trump does not become that way. I was devastated about that earlier. Or was I devastated? I wasn't devastated. Were you devastated, Arthur Miller? Were you devastated? I don't think he was. So Kermit says hello to Leanne. You'll never know. You'll never know another song. You'll never know another love like mine. Da, 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 da. I don't forget how it goes. But not Butterbollocks. He's a very decent man, Ben is. Well, we don't need a decent man. We need somebody who's not decent. You know what bothers me the most is, not the most, but when Tommy Robinson goes around and he's always saying, I'm a journalist. What does that mean? He's not a journalist. There are no journals anymore. So you can't call yourself a journalist. He's a propagandist. He's a political leader. He's a revolutionary, but he's not. He's not. He was Darth Vader. Yeah, he basically controlled George Bush. And George Bush is a globalist, and he's now hanging out with evil globalists, Barack Obama. Have you been following how bad Barack Obama is? Maybe he's not that bad, but they say he's really bad. Leanne says, hello, all you beautiful people. Scott, Judels, Joe, Kermie, thank you. Hello, beautiful people. What's going on with Trump in Venezuela? Briefly seen something on Tuesday. I think America's fed up with Venezuela. They're just fed up, and this is what you do when you're a big country. You go over there and you punch them in the nose. I think that they might have a better government waiting. They've had 15 or 20 years of a horrible communist government, and Donald Trump is saying, maybe we're going to end it. Isn't that the impression you're getting? A pinky seems to be at the other end of the spectrum. Joodles. Pinky promise. I don't know what that's in reference to, but whatever. I know. I'm still paying, Joe Sanders says. At a loss. I'm missing what this is all about. What about us ugly people, Jay Plockford? Don't we get a hello? Hello, Jay Plockford. I said hello to you. And you're not ugly. You're a handsome man, Jay Plockford. I assume. Are you handsome? Are you fat? How much do you weigh? Can you lose some weight? Can we all lose weight? Hi, Leanne, says Andrew Rubin. Big hugs. There you go. This is a dating site for the girls and the boys. Given a direct choice, I know which one I'd pick, Kermie. This is what Joodles. You would pick me. You would pick me, Joodles. We know that. Bigger hugs, Rubes, says Leanne, is giving great big hugs to everybody. Great big hugs. Maybe we could go to a hotel or something and just Have a nice time. Have a nice time. Lewis, the bloody BBC. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Horrible. People going around saying we hate Donald Trump because of that speech. You know, and they get money from him. They were getting money from America. No more. BBC, who are they? Exactly. They basically they're collecting tax money for them to spread propaganda and tell us lies. And they're not even sweet lies, William Wallace. It's not sweet lies. Vatnai says, I was stuck in the ER, which is the emergency room, for 3 hours with my daughter. The TV had BBC News on, and it was driving me mad. Yes, they're controlling us. I'm so against the BBC. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I'm so against the BBC. How is your daughter doing, Vatnai? Is she okay? Is she okay? When you go, well, you send back money, send some money from America. What song is that? I'm not even familiar with that song. They canceled you in the convids. Did they really do that? I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of people hated me because of my whatever, my attitude. I'm afraid even to say it, basically. Was afraid to say it. I think. What song is that? Is that a song? I don't know if that's a song. Did not match any comments. Okay, so don't worry about it. Why did they cancel you? I used to love the BBC and their documentaries. Yeah, until you realize that they're lying, you know? It's like when your parents said to you, Santa Claus is coming. You believed him, and then you found out that there was no Santa Claus, and you're not going to believe anything. Oh, that's the Proclaimers song. I love that. I love many Proclaimers songs. There's a couple of songs. One song makes me cry. What's the song that makes me cry? The Proclaimers. I'm going to play the song that makes me cry because I'm in one of those moods. Proclaimers. What is the name of the song? I went up to Morningside. Morning. Okay, and then I met you. What a great song. Do you know that song that I'm talking about? My boy was 4 when he knew Santa wasn't real. Yeah, because you told him. You're so mean. So mean, Leanne. Lewis. There is no Santa Claus, says Joe. Yeah, I actually wrote a short story about it. It was one of the best things. It was the 6th. There you go. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry when I think it's about real love. Whatever real love means. The idea is you meet somebody and everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Joodles, all okay. She has a variety of issues. And there was no GP appointment. This is what Vantanai says. Regular ones or 111. I wasn't at work. I couldn't fix it for her. You know what? If any child has issues, it's because they're not eating a good diet and they're not getting enough sun. Basically, that's the cause of 95% of all the problems. Russ is here. I always called him Father Christmas. Okay. So that's what I say to you, Vatnai. If you've got a kid with a variety of issues, it's always going to be food related. Even one issue is food related. Look at how great I look. Let's be honest. Can you see this? Do you see anything? Any itchiness? No itchiness. Burping. Am I burping? No. I'm not burping. Not sure we want to hear that story, Leanne. Did he find Santa's boots on your bedroom floor? Kermit. Okay, very good. I used to track Santa on Google. says FM Ghost. Yes. When across the UK, I look outside. When across the UK, you look outside to see for Santa Claus and the red suit and beard. William Wallace, Vatnai says, the BBC verifies one of the biggest insults ever to broadcasting. Yes, it is. The BBC is an insult to broadcasting. The state should not have media. Media is there to watch over the state. How could something that gets government money from the government watch over it? This doesn't make sense. I actually wrote a short story about Santa. Well, it wasn't the real one if his beard was on the floor, unless he was attached. Leanne, very funny. Kermit's one of the funniest people here. Very, very funny. Don't destroy the magic. We have to believe. You have to believe. Well, there is I wrote a story about a real Santa Claus. I could cry just thinking about it. It was Father Christmas when I was a kid. Santa Claus is the American version. Yeah, well, that's the thing about America. We won the language war. There's more of us than there is of you. Of us. I say you, of us in this country. In the UK, when a person becomes 100 years old, they get a telegram from King Charles. However, when a girl turns 14 years old, she gets a text from Prince Andrew. Didn't you tell this to us earlier? It's a funny joke. Oh, God, says Kermit. Oh, God. Oh, God, says Kermit. Oh, God. Oh, don't start him, Joodles. Don't start who? Don't start me. Darius Davies, who I like a lot, is a very good guy. Really good guy. BBC Verified Stories had me weeping with laughter. I didn't hear that story, but I really like him a lot. A lot. I thought I was finished. I thought I was complete. I thought I was whole instead of being half of something. This is the song. And then I met you. I thought I knew the city. I thought I knew all about it. Then one night I went to Morningside and you... I'm a romantic. Absolutely. I'm a romantic. I don't know. Where are we in this discussion? So, have we heard any news regarding what's going on in America? No. In America, to vote in the New York election, you don't need ID. So, anybody can just walk in and vote? Is that ridiculous? Maybe you have to be on the list. Maybe you got to be on the list. I don't know. Maybe you got to be on the list. Do you know what I heard that was really interesting? I don't know. We're talking Christmas time. You only hear the magic Christmas bell tinkle if you believe in Father Christmas. Otherwise, it's silent. Night. Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, it's silent. When I grew up, we were told we didn't really believe in this stuff. But, it's people believe in it. What's going to happen when this country becomes like a Muslim country? What's going to happen? It's going to be bad. I was proposed to in front of the real Santa in Lapland. Whose idea was it to place real Santa Claus in Lapland? I think it was the guy from Coca-Cola, I would say. I think, didn't they invent it? Put him in rent, whatever. I'm so genuinely disappointed in the BBC. What a disgrace to such a valued institution. It is a great shame. Do you want to know something? Andrew, you're totally wrong. It was never a valuable institution. It's like one of these things. They were a bunch of liars even back then, aren't they? They were a bunch of liars. The BBC are liars. It's like when I grew up, we used to love CBS News. I loved CBS News, Walter Cronkite, CBS News. Like they were above everything. And when I was at uni, there was a guy from CBS News there doing some kind of report. And I said, oh, you know Walter Cronkite. And at that time, it was like 1979 or something. And I said, is he amazing? Because we were all brainwashed to believe the lies. And he said something to me that I will never, ever, I might forget it. I've forgotten half of the things right now. But he said to me, I said, what is he like? And he said to me, he's a man. What does that mean? He's a man. It means he's no God. He ain't no God. The BBC ain't no God, and the BBC is worse than a God. Okay. Were you brought up to celebrate Christmas? As a Jew, I mean. Nope. No, he didn't celebrate Christmas at all. It was just like nothing. No Christmas tree. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, and also my mother was a bit manicky and depressive, and she just couldn't get it. She couldn't get, we could have had a Christmas, but we didn't have a Christmas. It was a sad time. My home was really sad growing up. There was a stench of something. I guess most people's homes are like that. There was like, you just had to be quiet around my mother. My father was also raging because he was married to a crazy woman. And she was crazy at times, and he was angry at times, and there wasn't Christmas the way you could celebrate it. I've seen other people do it, where it was like, that kind of happy, bouncy things. Everyone's got Christmas. Everybody's running around. Big Christmas dinner. There wasn't anything like that. It was just like bleak. It was really bleak. And not just because we were Jews. Not because we were Jews. Because some Jews celebrated Hanukkah in a big way. Or they celebrated, what's the black holiday? So there you go. Bev Turner is crying live on the air. Why? Why is Bev Turner crying? I can do that. During the Second World War, it was a very valued institution, Lewis. What, Christmas? Yes. Yes. I mean, and I support Christianity because the Christians are on our team now. Once upon a time, they were not on our team, but they were on our team. Do you think you've done better job towards your kids? You seem to have a good relationship with them. Better than my father did, or better than my mother? Yes, a little bit better. Yeah, I spent a lot of time with them. I told them, whatever. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. You don't know. It's too early to tell. They're only 22 and 24. Have you done a better job? Do you have any kids, Jake Lockford? You'll find plenty of Hanukkah candles around Prestwich. Not so many Christmas trees, though. Yeah, well, we got Hanukkah. Why is that? Where is Prestwich? Is that up in Manchester up there? Ex-BBC star Hugh Edwards was spotted today at Heathrow Airport departing to Florida, USA. Apparently, he has gone to Tampa with the children. Is that a joke or is that something serious? I don't know. PMSL, Leanne says. She's laughing. She's crying because you aren't there, Lewis. I'll be back. I don't know. I think right now, honestly, this is a learning experience for me. And I think these shows are not the best shows. They're not amazing shows, but they will be. You could see there might be something just really great coming in the future, right? Possibly. Why should he be in jail? Okay. Why should Hugh Edwards be in jail? What did he do? that made him be in jail. I don't remember what he did. I mean, if Lucy were here, I would defend him to the death. But because Lucy isn't here, I'm not going to defend him to the death. Mary is my middle name, Leanne, Joe Sanders says. UK London is Russ. Laughing my A off. Wee hey, says Keith Bexley. People are laughing. Thumbs up. I don't know, what did you say there? Near me, where the Jewish thing happened a few weeks ago. What Jewish thing? Oh, I don't know anything that's going on. Yeah, I have 2 kids, 20 and 24. That's similar to me, Jay Plockford, and I'm fairly sure I've done a better job. I'm certainly closer to them. I think I am too to my kids. I'd like to believe so, but you don't know. I don't know. You don't know. I mean, one son of my sons is not happy because he's not doing what he should be doing. And the other one might be doing what he should be doing, but thinks he should be doing something else. Lewis, what's wrong with your shows? No. Now. What's wrong with your shows now? Not shouting, just emphasizing the now. It's fine as it is. Now. I guess it's because it's, I think if we're here paying attention to this, and I'm talking to you, FM Ghost, I'm talking to you, MC Scott, but let's say you just turn the show on and you just see me talking like this. Maybe it needs more content. I don't know. Lewis Prechwich is where the synagogue was attacked. Okay. Well, the town that I lived in, we had no Christmas decorations. It was like an all Jewish town. I can't imagine jetting off on holidays with him if he was my dad. Vatanai, you're talking about, what's his name? Of course. And we also like Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way, says Joe Sanders. I can't imagine. Okay, no. Leanne comes in and says, that Mary, I can see us in. That Mary. That Mary. Tamper with the kids. Oh, I see. What did he have a kid that he was tampering with? I don't know if he did. Okay, thank you for explaining that, and I hear you. Oh, FF's sake, Kermit. That's what Judel says. He explained it to me. It passed, but yeah, thank you. That absolutely passed Judel's by too. You can't get every single joke. Northern jokes may not run in the South, and et cetera, et cetera. Rachmaninoff lived in your town then. Who are you talking to? Me? Is that the song? Da 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 Chris, whatever it is. They're crying about the John Lewis Christmas advert. It's very emotional. Very emotional. Very, very emotional. I taped the Christmas advert for Sky, and they never used it. It was really, I had a beautiful suit on, and it was a bit scary because they actually had this girl. They were like throwing her around, and it was like the parents were there, but I don't know how they let this thing happen. The kid was probably hospitalized or something. It was horrible, basically. So Joe Sanders says, I wasn't sure about the John Lewis Christmas advert. A bit schmaltzy from me. Or maybe I'm just being mean. I hope Lily Allen isn't singing again, says Kermit. I've not seen the advert yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Basically, so what have we discussed this show? I think we're almost done. I think our show's almost over. What have we discussed this show? We've discussed Christmas, and maybe Christmas adverts. We haven't gotten into any arguments. What did we discuss in the beginning part of the show? We discussed something interesting. Do you guys remember what we discussed in the beginning part of the show? Lewis, it's dad rebonding with his son. Oh, I would cry with that. I used to, when I went to the movies with my son, all the films had like dads bonding with their sons. Dads returning. It was, I mean, they were dark times back then. It was like let's make men important again a little bit in the movies. You would 100% cry, Lewis, as FM Ghost. Yeah, I probably would. I cry a lot of these things. I cry about my own situation, my being taken away from my children, and me worried to death that I wouldn't ever see them again. Basically. Producer? What? Never mind. I was going to ask him if he's happy with me as a father. Are you happy? There's my other son coming in. No? Are you happy with me as a father?
Not particularly.
This one said, the 22-year-old says he's not happy. And there you go. Lucy Van Pelt comes in. What did we discuss in the first part of the show? I forgot what we discussed. Lucy doesn't like it. She doesn't like the show. She doesn't like it. If you'd come in earlier, we could have discussed what we were discussing at the earlier stages. I'm in my kitchen, so my son comes in here. What were we discussing in the beginning part of the show? I forgot what that was. Debt? Something was interesting to me. Osmond Gold videos? Maybe Christmas is in the air. Do you feel like it's in the air? It's still quite warm out, but it's dark. It's like really, really dark. I hate every Christmas ad ever, Lucy. Every Christmas. Do you hate every Christmas? Do you like Christmas? My guess is no. I will lose friends now, but I really found it being over the top. Dads and sons. Am I a horrible person? Yes. No, you're not, because they want to manipulate us. They want to say, dads are important. Dads are, but they're not. They're not important. And what's happening now is it's so hard, for women to find a man. That where are the dads going to be? Nobody's having kids. The only people who are having kids are the Muslims. 20 years ago, teenagers were having kids, and now they're not even having kids. Anyway, I was listening to what's his name? To Tusi. He was interviewing what's his name? Tommy Robinson, and they were talking about GB News. Anyway, I hate these emotionally manipulating Christmas ads. Yes, from the last several years, Joodles. Just give us Santa Claus and some jingle bells. FF's sake, says Lucy. I'm with you. You can't trust these people. They're advertising people. And they used to be the lowest form of life. And they might still be. It's not Christmas until the 25th of December. Then it lasts till the 2nd of February. Modern Christmas is backwards. Why does it last, Vatanai, till the 2nd of February? My birthday is this month, so Christmas is never considered until I've got past that hurdle. Yeah, you've got to have your own birthday soon. Okay, so before we get going, can we make sure that we go on Discord? How about that? Can we go to Lewis Schaffer on Twitter? At Lewis Schaffer on Twitter? Can we do that? Can we press like? That's a thumbs up. I don't know how many thumbs up we have, but can we press the thumbs up? There's no reason why we can't press thumbs up. Is that going to kill you to press thumbs up? Can you press the subscribe bell so that you know? I mean, these are important things. Can you go to Patreon? Patreon. How about that? How about Patreon? We have 18 people liking the thread. Can we have more than 8, but 29 people watching it? So that's quite good. That's a lot of people, 29 for this hour. And then we have 30 or 40 at the earlier one. So we're doing okay. And something's going to happen, and this thing is going to explode. It's going to explode. Okay? That we hate depressing. We hate depressing. What is the other word that you use? Depressing, meaningful, fake families, ads. I don't even see them because I don't watch any of those TV channels. I don't know. Does anybody watch the BBC? Or there's no ads on the BBC, the ITV. I think they're only for the ITV and Channel 4. When the stream ends, everybody watch Chaz and Dave's Christmas Knees Up 1982. First 2 songs only are mandatory. Okay. Says Keith Bexley. Chaz and Dave's Christmas Knees Up. So thank you, Andrew Rubin, and thank you, Joe Sanders and Caribbean. Neurosis. Who's got the neurosis? Go to PayPal or Patreon if you can. If you can't get access to it, tell me. Maybe there's something I could do. FM Ghost, it's good to see you again. Welcome back. William Wallace, Joodles, of course, MC Scott. Russ, 1974 is Russ. Thank you. Keith Bexley, love you. Andrew Rubin, okay. Let's see what else is going on. Jay Plockford and Caribbean, of course. Caribbean, who's smarter and richer and more beautiful than everybody. That's what I have to say to you. I got to say thank you to you people for making my world possible. Making my world possible. That's all I have to say to you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for making it possible. Alex was here in the beginning, which I do appreciate. Joe Sanders. If there's anybody I forget, please tell me so I can thank you by name, so I can visualize you. Darklands, I love you. There. Okay. Art Miller dropped in. Like a pleasure. Like a pleasure. We can always see what Lewis is up to in this part of the world. I think that's about it. Did anybody not hear their name? Even if you're not sure. Okay, did you not hear? Leanne, brilliant. Beautiful, beautiful Leanne. I'm happy with everybody. I'm happy with you people. Tonight's show was the best show ever. Well, maybe not the best show, but it was a good show. I didn't make anybody angry. I don't think. Prince Andrew was going to inherit the Queen. Corgis. Makes sense with his experience. Leave him alone. I don't care what anybody says. Leave him alone. It was a good chat. We had a nice chat, Darklands. Sharon Crawford, my friend Sharon. Keep the lights on, Lewis. I'm going to keep the lights on. I'm fighting. Well, you guys have your own stream as well. It's going around London, is it not? Sharon Crawford. And my friend Tristan. What is the name of it called? It's about loving London. It's about loving London. What is your chat called? Susan Stevenson makes a late appearance. Thank you very much, Susan. Another beautiful girl. This is an all beautiful girls show. Alas, I'm Andrew. I'm not his defender in chief. I'm against the king. I shouldn't be saying that. Love your London. Tristan is here as well. So Tristan and Sharon are a couple. So it's called Love Your London. Go to Love Your London and you'll see a video about me and you'll see a video about all sorts of other great things. It's a great stream. Elsa Kenawan. Who is Elsa Kenawan? FM Ghost. We're just Tristan and Sharon. We're just ending the stream, and Susan. We're just ending the stream because we've been on for 90 minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to collapse. Lewis appears in an episode about a park that they built over the park. And they said it's not a park, but it looks like a park, acts like a park. But they, just horrible, really. So many girls on tonight. Hooray. Yeah, hooray for girls. Warmellian. Hooray for Warmellian for coming in. All the lovely girls. All the lovely girls. Elsa Kenawan is a funny name. Yeah, Kenawan. Yeah, it's a funny name. The Sex Pistols did a good version of God Save the Queen. We should all sing hymns for Chaz and Dave's for the New York Nunhead Christmas. Yeah, well, we should say a prayer. We should say a prayer for this country. Maybe I should end the show in a prayer. Dear Lord, thank you. Thank you for guiding us and for being our Lord and for creating us and for giving us life. We are worried, dear Lord. We're worried for our country, for ourselves, for our families. Please, I don't know what the right prayer to say was, but please give us a sign that everything's going to be all right in the future. Even if you don't give us a sign, the fact that we are praying to you means that we have faith that you will provide for us and do what is best for us. I'm speaking to God. Maybe he or she does exist. I'm speaking to God for us. Am I right? That's my name backwards, Vatanai. That's so funny. That is really, really funny. Refax Sewell Refax. Yes, that's so funny. So that's what we're praying for. Amen. Amen. Let us all close our eyes and pray to the Lord. Pray to the Lord that we find the belief that our people once had in you. That we find the strength to fight off our enemies who want to kill our belief and destroy our way of life. Amen. Amen, Keith. Thank you. Amen. Let us pray. Let us pray, Lewis. I am not blessed with face, but that was lovely to hear. Thank you, Leanne. Maybe we could have we'll have a different prayer. Maybe we should start with a prayer or end with a prayer. We can think about prayer next week because this country needs prayer. Does it not? Yeah. Yeah, we're all going to pray. And we're all coming from the same spot, which is, well, most of us. We don't know what we believe, but we are beginning to believe again. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 5. I hope. And I hope everything's okay until then. With you, your children, yourselves, your parents, our country. Okay. I'm going to leave the stream on a little bit. You can write something there.